To my getting there, but it was something. If you look at Switzerland, 61% to 31%, Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. Oh, look at Cambodia, 97%. We're going to bring it down to 49. They made a fortune with the United States of America. United Kingdom, 10%. Because a lot of it.
A few moments later.
This just in. The United States has announced a 24% import tariff on goods from Malaysia, effective immediately. The decision was made moments ago under former President Donald Trump's new tariff policy, which target countries with large trade surplus against the US. Malaysian export, including electronic, machinery, and metal-based products, will now face a steep 24% tariff at US border, raising concern over rising costs and potential trade tension. This marked a major escalation in Trump's American First trade strategy and could significantly impact Malaysia exporters.
As the world steps into 2025, many economies, including Malaysia, are bracing for a trickier year ahead, with rising global uncertainties and trade tension intensifying, including recent tariffs imposed by the United States. Malaysian businesses, especially small and medium-sized enterprises, are feeling the pressure. SMEs have always been at the core of Malaysia's economy, powering growth and creating jobs and supporting local communities. But to better support and empower these businesses, we must first understand what qualifies as SME within the Malaysian context. In Malaysia, the definition small and medium enterprise SME is based on either annual sales turnover or the number of full-time employees, whichever is lower. This definition applies across all economic sectors and is essential for determining eligibility for government support, funding and incentive. For the manufacturing sector, a business is classified as an SME if it has a sales turnover not exceeding 50 million or employ not more than 200 full-time staff. Meanwhile, for the service and other sector, the thresholds are slightly lower. A business is considered an SME if it has a sales turnover not exceeding 20 million or not more than 75 full-time employees. Within the sector, enterprises are further broken down into micro, small and medium categories. For manufacturing, micro enterprises have sales turnover of less than 300,000 or fewer 5 employees, and same as services and other sector. For manufacturing, small enterprise have sales turnover between 300,000 and less than 50 million or between 5 to 75 employees. While services and other sector fall between 300,000 and 3 million or have 5 to 30 staff. For manufacturing medium enterprises, record sales of 50 million to 50 million or have 75 to 200 employees. While service and other sector, sales between 3 million and 20 million or employing between 30 to 75 workers. Importantly, when a business falls under different size category for turnover and employment, for example, small for turnover but medium for employees, it is classified under the smaller category to ensure consistency. This SME classified system as established by SME Corporate Malaysia ensure that assistance and policy are appropriately targeted to the right group within the business community.
So here, I will walk you through 3 common reasons why some Malaysian SMEs struggle to get bank loans approved.
So, the 3 common reasons is poor or insufficient credit, low income, and the business is too new.
Let's start with the first reason, poor or insufficient credit. Banks look at your credit score to check your repayment reliability. If an SME has a poor payment history, it will almost certainly face loan rejection. For new businesses that don't have any credit record yet, banks may check the owner's personal credit history instead. Low credit worthiness means banks see the business as too risky to lend to. So having either poor or insufficient credit information can be a major roadblock. The second reason is low income. Banks need proof of steady income to ensure you can repay the loan. If your income is unstable or seasonal, it increases the risk of default. Low profit margin also make debt repayment harder, and when your cash flow is inconsistent, it affects your ability to pay time. So, without income security, banks may reject your loan application.
The third reason why some Malaysian SME struggles to get bank loan approved is because the business is too new. Most banks only approve loans for business that have been operating for at least 2 years. They want to see if the business can survive and make steady income. So new business usually don't have enough financial records like profit statements or sales history. So banks see them as unpredictable. So without a history of success, banks worry the business might fail, making it too risky to lend money. But new business still needs some money, so many startups need capital to grow or even to get started. But they often get rejected by banks simply because they were too new. So alternative funding is a better option since banks are strict. New business should consider other funding sources like investors and grants. Now, let's look at the challenge faced by SMEs in 2025, especially focusing on Malaysian SMEs. As shown at the beginning of the video, one major challenge was the increase in tariffs imposed by Donald Trump earlier in 2025. This tariff had caused significant difficulties, particularly for Malaysian SMEs. Among the key challenges are harder to get materials. Many Malaysian SMEs rely heavily on importing raw materials and components from China. So when the US imposed tariffs on Chinese goods, it's disrupted supply chain, causing delays and increasing price. This made it harder for SMEs to maintain smooth operations. So the second one is increase in business costs. The trade war also made the price of raw material unstable. On top of that, currency fluctuations added more pressure. All of these lead to higher operating costs and reduced profit margins for SMEs.
Malaysia's growth starts with its people, and in Budget 2025, the government is putting financial empowerment at the heart of national progress. To support the lifeblood of our economy, micro and small entrepreneurs, 3.2 billion ringgit in micro loans will be made available through Tekun and Bank Simpanan Nasional BSN. This funding is specially aimed at small traders from all walks of life, including the OKU, Chinese and Bumiputra communities. For larger scale development, Bank Pembangunan Malaysia will provide 6.4 billion ringgit in financing, boosting key sectors like infrastructure, tourism, logistics and renewable energy. To ensure Bumiputra entrepreneurs thrive, 20 billion ringgit in financing guarantees will be offered through SJPP, with 5 billion ringgit specially reserved for Bumiputra SMEs. At the same time, Bank Negara Malaysia will inject 3.8 billion ringgit to help SMEs transition into digitalization, automation and sustainable practices, including support for the agri-food sector. Targeted support is also on the way for women and youth entrepreneurs, with a total of 650 million ringgit allocated to fuel their ambitions. The Indian community will benefit from 130 million ringgit for social and business financing programs, ensuring inclusivity in every step forward. And to strengthen cooperatives, 100 million ringgit has been set aside, making sure they have the capital to scale their impact. And here is a major boost. Starting January 2025, the microfinancing scheme loan limit will double from 50,000 ringgit to 100,000 ringgit. Even better, full stamp duty exemptions will apply to MSME loan agreements via initial exchange offering IEO platforms, reducing cost burdens for our entrepreneurs. In the age of rapid innovation, digitalization and modernization are no longer optional, they are essential. To help Malaysian enterprises embrace technology, Budget 2025 brings game-changing support for small and medium enterprises. 3.8 billion ringgit in SME loans will be made available through Bank Negara Malaysia, empowering businesses to transition into digitalization, automation and more sustainable practices. This funding also extends to the agri-food sector, helping farmers modernize operation while embracing greener solutions. To further accelerate transformation, the government is introducing targeted digital grants. 50 million ringgit in digital matching grants will be provided to SMEs and vendors under Bank Simpanan Nasional. And over 100 million ringgit has been allocated through the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commissions across 5 years to strengthen national information dissemination centers, improving digital access and learning nationwide.
Last but not least, specifically under the terms of export promotion and market expansion. First, the government has allocated RM50 million to MAF503, or the Malaysian External Trade Development Corporation. This funding is used to help local SMEs expand their international footprint by supporting, participate in international export and trade exhibition, businesses matching session with foreign buyer, and access to export training and market intelligence. This initiative aims to help Malaysian SMEs tap into new markets, especially in sectors like halal product, food and beverage, and green technology. Secondly, SME Bank has introduced a strategic RM211 million initiative focused on helping MSMEs grow in high impact and potential sector. This includes support for digital-driven SMEs aligned with the Industry 4, sustainable businesses that meet ESG standard, and enterprise aiming to scale internationally. The goal is not only to provide funding, but also to offer capacity building and advisory service so that SMEs are fully equipped and enter global market. And third, the government has set aside RM500 million in soft loans financing through development financial institutions such as ESIM Bank and SME Bank. This fund provides low interest financing, flexible repayment term, and targeted support for SMEs involving in exporting or looking to expand overseas. This initiative helps SMEs manage their cash flow and potential continuity while still able to invest in internationally growth opportunity. In reality, many SME in Malaysia still struggle to secure bank loan due to poor or inefficient credit history, low and unstable income, or simply because their business is too new to meet the strict requirement of traditional financing. And that's why the government targeted initiatives such as soft loan scheme, matric support, and strategy funds from SME Bank are so important. They don't just provide financial aid, they address the real day-to-day barrier faced by small businesses trying to grow and survive. With the right support, I believe our SMEs can overcome these challenges, expand into new markets, and build a stronger economic foundation for Malaysia in beyond 2025. Thank you very much for your attention.
Meanwhile,
Good morning, everyone.
There were many years left on the deal.
Jangan gelap.